Hi everybody, Tim Wild here. Just a brief Ascension update this morning. I'm not out in my garden because it's chucking it down with rain and very windy, and I don't want to get wet, and nor does my equipment. So here we are. Some of you will already be familiar with this space where I run Zooms and my personal one-to-one sessions, and it's dry and it's warm. So I want to talk a little bit about the next great wake up, and I mentioned this at the end of my previous video, and I think it's something that we as light workers should be very aware of as a major kind of focal point of this year. Now you might have heard me speak about before the stages of the wake ups as I personally see them. We've had the group of souls who've been awake for a very long time, myself included. I was born in 1972 and was always kind of awake and went through the usual earthly process of growing up in the 70s and the 80s, and I was always blessed to have spiritually minded parents, so I wasn't kind of put into the box and told that what I was thinking, feeling and seeing was nonsense, and I know others also kind of shared that similar experience, and we all kind of woke up at our own pace. We're the group that are kind of, if you want to put it into kind of categories, we're the group that are kind of known as the way showers. We were the kind of the first to wake. We've been out there putting the information out. We've had a long period of time to find our feet in a spiritual way on this planet. We've kind of investigated crystals. We got into Reiki when it appeared, and we've had time. We've had a period where we can find our feet, find our ground. Now, the next group of souls to wake up were the people who exploded into consciousness around the cosmic moment. It might have happened in 2010 or 2011 or 2012 or any of those dates following it. Around that period of time was an incredible kind of starburst or concentration of energy that just exploded upon our planet as we moved from the third dimension into the fourth dimensional passageway where we are now. Now, I've kind of named off the top of my head those souls as sentinels, and the sentinels kind of just basically spring awake. And the most amazing part about seeing all of you waking up who kind of fall into that category is the fact that the level of consciousness is kind of 0 to 60. It's a bit like getting behind the wheel of a Ferrari and just sticking your foot straight down to the floor. You can catch the £10 note on the dashboard. You're doing very, very well, and that's a bit like the ascension process that you souls have been going through. It's instant, and the level of consciousness and knowledge flows through very, very quickly. And I've worked one-to-one and in groups with many people who've been through this, and it's an incredible process. But what I'm seeing at the moment is not just the third group of souls, but what I would call almost the fourth group. Over the last 2 years or 3 years or so, we've seen a lot of people that have been forced awake by the frequencies around us. The cosmic suns, the galactic core, and all of the ascended masters, the angels, the unicorns, and everybody else that's helping us have been literally deluging our planet with light. Okay, and we're all part of this conscious process. We've all agreed to it. But many of the souls that have kind of sprung awake around us very recently have done so because they can no longer contain an unconscious state on a planet that's rising in frequency so rapidly. Now, that I'd say they're the kind of the third group, the great part of the awakening. But the one that we're going to be seeing this year, and the one that you're already witnessing around you, eclipses all of the other ones completely. And the purpose of this video this morning is to prepare you all a little bit for what is coming, because I'm receiving more and more information on a personal level, and I'm also seeing it kind of being mirrored by other souls that put information out there, that the circumstances that we are experiencing at the moment are completely unprecedented. We've never had anything like this in our kind of recorded history, and with what's going to be going on, what is happening at the moment, it's going to create a mass wake up on this planet that is going to extend into the billions. Okay, there's I'm not sure of the exact precise number. I think it's something like 7.7 billion people who exist on this planet at the moment. At least 2 billion of these people are going to be waking up this year. Okay, now these are the people around you, the ones that you would never have expected to actually be coming online or becoming conscious. They're the ones that are facing the dark night of the soul, kind of trapped in their spaces, not doing very well with the circumstances that we are undergoing. They're the ones that are also, they're going online, they're beginning to investigate, they smell a rat. They're not resonating with the information that's being poured in from the television, from the media, from all of the other sources that I've been telling everybody to avoid, like a Wuhan door handle. And it's happening now around us on a massive scale. And those of us who are in a position where we are guiding, where we are leading, where we are teaching, whether it's on a small scale, whether it's on a large scale, brace yourselves, because there are going to be people coming in wave after wave after wave where they are going to be woken up very suddenly. Now, the information that is going to be coming out this year already has been coming out. It's kind of leaking in very small doses. The information that is going to trigger these people into waking up is not necessarily particularly, it's not easily digestible. Okay, I'm going to leave it all to you to know, to kind of feel into what I'm talking about. There are kind of almost like a vault of secrets that have been contained for a very, very long time on this planet. They've been kept very well, and they're not heart-opening. It's not heart-opening information. I know what's going on out there already. I've already done my homework. I've done the investigating. I know what the governments are up to. I know what's been going on since the fall of Atlantis. I'm prepared for it. I do everything within my personal power to keep my vibration on point. If I go too far one way, then my vibration tips. I'll return myself back to center again. That's my role here. I've been asked several times whether I would be, sharing more of the kind of the deeper, darker stuff on my Ascension page. And no, I won't, because I think it's for up to an individual soul to investigate what they need to investigate. My job is to work with the light, to keep us in this timeline, to keep us in this vibration. And in the process of doing that for myself, I'm doing it for everybody else around me. There's going to be so many people out there that are suddenly going to be shaken awake. You can only bend a tree so far before it breaks. And this is happening all around us now. And I can see, if I close my eyes and I tune into this planet collectively, I can see points of light flashing awake constantly, like light bulbs being turned on. And the movement is becoming faster and faster and faster. So all of you light workers out there now, and I know light workers it sounds like a bit of a term. I still like to use the word light worker. We work with the light. So why, it just seems like the appropriate term. Just take a few moments now. Close your eyes if you want to. If you've got a crystal at hand, grab a crystal, and just for a few moments, place your crystal onto your heart or onto your navel chakra, which is just below your solar plexus and above your sacral, and tune into all of the souls that are on this planet. You might see them as points of light, or you might just feel them as a collective energy. Just tune in and just take a few moments to see what is occurring out there. Now, we all operate in different time zones. There are people that are asleep, there are people that are awake. But just tune into the rising consciousness on this planet for a few moments. Can you see the points of light lighting up? These are people that are either being guided to wake up, or they're waking up of their own fruition. They're waking up because the energies are coming in that are so high. They're waking up because of their own individual circumstances. Just take a peek. Take a few moments to tune in. And if, like me, you can see these points of light coming online, lighting up, just take a few moments to send them love from the centre of your heart. If you're using your navel chakra for this exercise, you'll also notice that you are tuned in. We are linked, we are joined to every single other person on this planet. Just take a few moments to send them loving energy. And just feel yourself grounded fully into the high frequencies that are available today. Our planet is glowing very, very brightly at the moment. And then bring yourself back to centre again. Now, how many people did you see lighting up when you closed your eyes and tuned in? I can see literally hundreds of people every minute. Now, if you look at this from a global perspective, what's going on a daily basis, if you add up the hours, the minute, the days, the weeks that has been occurring, how many people around us are actually waking up is absolutely incredible. Okay, so when these people wake up, when they are almost in their raw form, it's almost like I would when you're shaken awake like that, when you're snapped awake from your sleep, when the veils of amnesia come away from your third eye, and you can see. All of a sudden, it's like walking out into the snow without sunglasses. It can be very blinding. It can be disorientating. Be there. Be prepared. Be ready. Be on your teacher guard at this moment, because the guidance is going to be required on a very, very high level. This is what we've all been training for. We've been training as teachers, as leaders, as warriors, as way showers of the light, and now is the time. I know at the moment we're all in our personal circumstances, we're all within our home, but we have this incredible power at our fingertips called social media, the internet. When people call for information, make sure that the information that you guide them with, or if they're coming to you personally, which they will be doing on some level, it might be a family member, it might be your partner, it might be brothers and sisters, it might be people that you work with or worked with. It might be people from the outside of your healing group that are coming in. The guidance that is coming through you, bring it through your heart centre, because that is where the purest and the highest frequency knowledge that is coming through is. You can pass information on that you've heard that resonates with you from other sources, but ultimately you will be the leader, the teacher, the guide of the souls that are coming to you. So yeah, it's all I'm doing this morning is just saying brace thyselves, because it's going to be massive this year. I used to like my numbers, and the number that was given to me by the end of this year is 2 billion. Okay, I'll just repeat that. I know I repeated it earlier, but that's 2 billion of all of the people that live on this planet. That's not including the people that were already awake, already here on boots on the ground doing this job. It's going to be huge. So I'm sending you lots of love, and be prepared to do your jobs that you incarnated to do here. Bye for now. See you soon.